About the budget, or for that matter, about Hillary in 2016. It's Elizabeth Warren. The one-time Obama economic nominee turned senator set off a huge policy debate among Democrats when she went to the Senate floor last month and said it's time to stop playing defense on Social Security.
If we do nothing, Social Security will be safe for the next 20 years, and even after that, we'll continue to pay most benefits. With some modest adjustments, we can keep the system solvent for many more years, and we could even increase benefits.
A little bit after that speech, a Washington group of self-described centrists attacked Warren in the Wall Street Journal. The group, Third Way, warned Democrats not to, quote, follow Senator Warren over a, quote, populist cliff. Now, that set off a policy firestorm. Third Way struggled to hold on to even some of its allies. An honorary co-chair or two in the Democratic caucus took Warren's side. New York's Joe Crowley said he strongly disagrees. Pennsylvania's Allison Schwartz called it outrageous. And Wisconsin's Ron Kind also broke ranks. Now, in an interview released today with Mother Jones, Senator Warren, for her part, says that Third Way actually is framing the debate over Social Security in the wrong way. We should stop having a conversation about cutting Social Security a little bit or a lot, she said. Well, joining us now to discuss the battle and the budget is one of Third Way's leaders and co-founders, Senior VP Matt Bennett. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Ari.
Now, your organization has clearly touched a nerve here among members of the Democratic Party, including, as we mentioned, some that have traditionally affiliated with you. Why shouldn't Democrats, as we go into this budget debate this week and move ahead, stand by Social Security and adding to benefits for seniors?
Well, first of all, of course, we should stand by Social Security. It's one of the signature achievements of progressives in the 20th century. And Social Security and Medicare, these two huge entitlement programs, are vitally important to the people that they serve. Our point, though, is that they are in danger of collapsing if we don't face that fact. If we don't face the fact that the budgets for Medicare and Social Security are rising in a way that's totally unsustainable, they're going to collapse, and they're going to make it impossible to do the other things Democrats want to do.
Let's look at that, because Senator Warren responded to you, and she said, leaving things the way they are, you have more than 20 years, and that many economists have argued that GDP growth is actually the most important factor going forward in keeping Social Security solvent.
Well, it is. GDP growth is vitally important, and we agree with Senator Warren on that point. We've got to do something to increase GDP. But the fact is that in 20 years, everyone on Social Security is going to take a 23% cut if we do nothing. And Social Security is actually the easier problem. The bigger problem is Medicare, which is going up much faster.
I do want to focus on Social Security, because that's where you guys have been with Senator Warren. Another point that many people have raised is, if we are concerned about the revenue issue long-term for Social Security, what about raising the current cap so that people who make well over $100,000 pay more into it?
Yeah, we absolutely have to do that kind of thing, and there's all kinds of stuff that we have to do to make sure that Social Security stays solvent. What we were objecting to, though, is a proposal that Senator Warren has backed that would massively increase Social Security benefits and would require about a $1.5 trillion in new taxes. And it would provide Social Security to people who don't need it, people like Warren Buffett, but also people like me, who are doing pretty well and don't need an increase in Social Security.
Well, let me pick up on another point that was raised, because Senator Warren, not only in response to this, but generally wrote to several large financial institutions and banks saying they should disclose all their donations to groups across the spectrum, which would include Third Way. And I want to put up on the screen your response this past week was that your major donors are listed on your website. None of them are from those banks in Senator Warren's letter. We disclose our board of trustees, and people can go there and have a look for themselves, end quote. But that wasn't accurate. There are several banks that she mentioned where you have trustees that are affiliated with them or have worked for them.
No, it absolutely was accurate. What I said was we get a very small amount of money from those banks, and what she was saying is disclose the money that the banks from their general funds are giving to groups like ours, and we agree with her that all public companies should disclose their donations, and we said that.
Right, but the majority of your trustees actually have worked for financial institutions.
Yes, that's correct, and we don't dispute that. Our trustees are on our website, so it would be silly for us to do that. Well, but what she was saying was something very specific, which is that companies that use company money should disclose that. People on our board give us personal checks because they're philanthropists, and we're proud to have them as our donors, and they donate to lots of different causes in Democratic politics and elsewhere.
Great. Well, I think it's an important conversation. Social Security obviously matters to a lot of people. Elizabeth Warren, a big figure that you're debating with, so I hope we can continue the discussion. I appreciate you spending some time with us, Matt.
Thanks for having me, Ari. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we will be right back.